Hey guys, it's Kyle. Super cool video. I'm actually really excited about this one because it's more in-depth about me and also hopefully to inspire you guys. I talk a lot about the collectible industry and I want to continue to talk a lot about the collectible industry and a lot of stuff I have ties into with the collectible industry as well as, lifestyle industry. Today I'm going to go show you 5 things that I collect, that I have a substantial collection of, that I enjoy. I enjoy these things, and it's not a pitch so much as to get you to collect these things, but I am always intrigued to see what people like to collect. And I think collecting can be really fun. I think there's a fine line between collector and hoarder, but if you can rock that line, I think accumulating a collection of interesting stuff is always extremely fun. I will do a disclaimer. We're going to talk about things that I know in certain industries I'm going to get chewed apart because of my tastes. And I also know that there's going to be some political opinions about some of the things that I collect. So try to keep that to the, the nice side of things. But without further ado, I'm going to start the list off nice and go number 1, fragrance. And I am super into fragrance. I love cologne. I love the smells of them. I love the compliments you get. I love honestly, the way they can make something have layers of smell. I love the way that they look in the bottles sometimes. And I'm not going to show you everything I own in terms of these 5 categories, because this would be like a 5-hour-long video. But I did bring like some, just to give you an idea. Like I do collect cologne. This is a very good fragrance. Actually available, or used to be available at Walmart. A lot of people don't try this, but this is like a $15 bottle, and it smells incredibly nice. Obviously you have some of the namesakes. Everyone knows what this is. Very good fragrance. We all know what that is. Or if you've watched any of my videos or any of Alpha M's videos, you have heard me talk about Pete and Pedro. Aeropostale. I have other things. I have Armani Code, Acqua di Gio. I'm a huge fan of the Armani lines. In terms of fragrance, their stuff is great. I have anything from Nautica to Creed Aventus. I have a substantial, I'd say probably 60 bottles of cologne. Again, very into them. I honestly try to wear a different scent every day. I like them. I enjoy them. One of my few collectibles that I use on a daily basis. So I tend to, and I call these collectibles, they're not really collectibles. One of my few collections that I use on a daily basis, aside from number 2, which is watches. I am a huge watch nut. My watch collection needs to grow. I have about 25 now. And again, I'm not going to go through and show you all of them, but I'm going to show you, because I did mention that I was going to get chewed apart by some of the guys, and depending on the industry. Watches, if you've all ever heard any of the watch nuts, you hear them crap on Movado, and I absolutely love Movados. There's 1, 2, this one's stuck, apparently doesn't want to come out for show and tell. 3, actually just wore that one yesterday. 4. I have a couple others. I'll show you one other Movado, and I'll show you some other stuff, so I'm not showing you Movados all day. 5. I just had to show you, actually, this is the first watch I ever got. I'm just showing you these because I know a lot of people don't like Movados. I happen to really like Movados. I mainly the look about them. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about quartzes and crystals and diameters and all these other fancy watch talk. I'll be the first to admit, I love watches strictly for the style. I don't pretend to know anything about the mechanics. I will never pretend to know anything about the mechanics. I'm interested to learn, but I'm definitely a fashion, watch guy for the purpose of fashion. Case in point, I have a case full of Movados, but I also have a Armani Exchange and handful of Timexes. My personal preference is leather straps, if you couldn't tell. I even actually have a Walmart brand George. So again, I collect them solely for the looks. I'm not a watch guy in particular. It's not in this case, so I won't show you that. Maybe I'll do another video about it if it's something you guys are interested in seeing. I do have a Rolex Daytona, white face. I am not, again, I'm not a watch nerd. I have my Movados. I have a Rolex. I also have Citizens. I also have Timex. You know, I buy them if I like them. So, without further ado, number 3, which is my nerd side, action figures. Yes, I am that guy that collects toys. I also collect other stuff that's a little bit more cool, but I do collect toys. This is a 1977 Darth Vader. This is stored in a little baggie because it's special and has a bunch of little small parts. This is a 1983 Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. Even better because he has his blaster, cape, and a little nerd fact about it. The blue lightsaber, which is the rarer variant, whereas the green lightsaber is worth $30 to $50. This one, complete like this, is probably worth about $150. I like Star Wars. I do have other things besides Star Wars: Batman, Resident Evil, certain collector figures. I just happened these were right on top, so I grabbed these as a demonstration. I think toys are fun. I think it's a great way to relive your childhood. I am a huge Star Wars, Resident Evil fan. I love both the horror of Resident Evil and the sci-fi of Star Wars. And if anyone wants to talk Star Wars in the comments, let's talk, because I will gladly geek out with you. Now, number 4 is military stuff. And this is one where I'm a little bit nervous to share it, because I feel like I'm going to have a few people who aren't crazy about this idea. I collect military memorabilia from World War II and earlier. Now, I have Civil War stuff, and that's originally what I wanted to show you guys, because I feel like that brings up less controversy. However, that stuff is stored away safely. What I have at home is some World War II stuff. And the things I grabbed specifically is one helmet and that one other item that'll tie into the next category. But first, let's get into the helmet. I am not going to show you the other side because this is World War II German, and if you know anything about history, you'll have a rough idea of what's on the other side. This is a German pith helmet, which would be something that the soldiers would have worn in the summer. I am very, very fascinated by military history. Not just World War II. I do have Civil War, World War I collectibles. I even have some Vietnam stuff. But I am especially fascinated with World War II. And one of the biggest draws for this has been one of my biggest inspirations I've had in my life. One of the key gentlemen in my life who have really inspired me to do a lot of things was a collector of military memorabilia who was a Vietnam vet and had been collecting since he was a kid. And he got me into it when I was a kid. Now, a lot of people would say that you shouldn't put a value on these things, and I tend to agree. They are historical artifacts, and they do represent a very dark side in history. However, this is a historical item, and I think as long as you are keeping them not to preserve the hate, but to preserve the historical value, then it's an absolutely interesting hobby. Again, and of course, this pith helmet is not in the greatest of shape. If this is something that intrigues you guys and you want to see more, I will do a collection video at some point. And I have the access to tour other collections too. I just don't want to offend anybody. This is one of my personal hobbies. But again, this is something that I find very interesting. And again, because I put values on the action figures, something like this helmet, believe it or not, even in the condition, is still worth about $300 or $400. So there is a value, there's a market for the stuff. Now, the bonus round is the other item I have. Kind of ties into both military and number 5, which is firearms. So this is just to make sure that's clear. Always practice firearm safety. It is clear. You should not dry fire a gun like that. I just accidentally, I just clicked it. Don't do that. This is a Walther P38 from World War II. This one is the AC-43. I'm not going to spend all day talking and geeking out about guns, But this is number 4/5. This is a military artifact, but it's also ties into the fifth thing I collect, which is guns. Guns are another one of the things I like. Because they're cool. In the case of this one, this is a historical artifact. In the case of my other firearms, which again, I'll do a firearm tour if it's something you guys want to see. I'll show you one other gun that I have just because it's right in front of me. But in terms of this one, this is a historical artifact, and I love the history behind this. In terms of the other ones, like for example, this, which is just a Ruger 5.56, I really enjoy shooting them. I think it's a great way to relieve stress. I think it's a fun thing to do. To go out and shoot and try to better yourself. Target practicing. It's one thing I do really enjoy. Again, this is a Ruger 5.56. And I do have probably 20 other guns. Again, I would happily do a tour if it's something you guys want to see. I have anything from other ARs like this one, to handguns, to personal defense handguns, to, just fun other stuff. I have an IWI Uzi. I have a really, really cool reproduction of an MP40. And I have a bunch of other really cool stuff. So if it's something you guys want to see, I'd be happy to do that tour as well. And now I'm knocking stuff over. So, anyways, there's my collection, or not even close to my collection. 5 categories of things I collect. If any of this interests you and you want to see whole collections of, be it the fragrances, be it the action figures, be it the firearms, the watches, or the military stuff, let me know in the comments down below. If you're liking the content I'm putting out, let me know. And if there's anything you'd like to see, please comment down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Really helps. I really appreciate it. I'm having fun making these videos. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I also assure you that we're working on the quality. I am working on getting a warehouse to turn into a studio. I am also working on getting camera equipment. I've been shopping for quite a bit as to the ideal camera, which is another thing. Actually, I'm going to ask you guys, if there are any tech guys out there who have experience vlogging, anything like that, and you have a great camera recommendation, comment down below and let me know what a good one is. I am personally looking at a Sony A6400, or A6400. From what I've read, it's a very, very good camera, but I am not a tech guy. So any advice would be appreciated if that's something you guys want to do. Anyways, that's my tangent. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Let me know. If you're not enjoying the videos, also let me know. Let me know what you guys would like to see for content. All right?